1984, a man named Sukumar Kurup staged his own death, presumably for greed of a life insurance of a sum of rupees 8 lakhs. The man who bore the brunt of this heinous plan was a man named Chako, who was a film representative simply wanting a lift back home. A car was found in flames next to a field, a body absolutely charred, almost unrecognizable. Clothes, rings, the car, everything was of Sukumar Kurup. Everyone assumed that he had passed in a freak accident, but little did people know, the fugitive staged the entire thing. Chako took a lift, was force-fed spiked alcohol by Kurup's comrades, was changed into the garb of Kurup, was placed in the car again alone this time, that was doused with petrol and put into flames. It was only later that police investigators got to know that the man behind all of this is actually on the run, and the man that caused terror to the Kerala police is still missing after 37 years. When I first saw the trailer of Kurup starring Dulquer Salmaan, I was skeptical of the slick and stylized treatment that a murderer was getting. Why was a person so talked about in Kerala culture as more or less an absconding criminal being glamorized this way? I assume that Dulquer as a producer is wise enough not to glorify the man. This film was embroiled in controversy as Chako's family, especially his son, was uncomfortable with the idea of a film centered around the man that killed his father. Upon knowing that Justin, Chako's son, watched the film and actually came out of it stating that his apprehensions did not become a reality while watching the movie and that the character is not glorified or whitewashed, gave me a sigh of relief. I am a fan of Dulquer Salmaan and his eccentric choices, so I'm always eager to see what he has up his sleeve. There have been 2 adaptations around Kurup's life or event that includes the poorly received 2016 Malayalam film and a 1984 film NH47 starring T.G. Ravi in the main role. This film, Kurup, follows the life of the notorious individual, how he got around life, mostly unstable and running from one fleeting purpose to the other, leading to the event in Kerala known vividly to many. How he may have still got away with being caught by investigating officials even after 37 years basically forms the storyline of Kurup. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch it in theaters or not. The underwhelming aspects. Length and slow first half. The film is 2 hours and 37 minutes long, and in retrospect, if I think about it, I can actually think of close to 15 to 20 minutes of the film that could have easily been cut out. While the film takes us everywhere, including Madras, Bombay, Bhopal, and Persia, you realize that the initial minutes of the film are actually just for the purpose of setup. The relationship that he forms with Peter, played by Sunny Wayne in his time in the Air Force, and the romantic interest in the form of Sobita Dulipala, especially their courting process and romantic arc, is something that is actually intended to gaslight you, rather than give you a realistic picture of how Kurup might be with his closest friends and family. His devious intentions and plans are something that you already anticipate, so you're actually waiting for the setup to end and for the film to finally shift to its probably third gear. This only happens in the concluding moments of the first half when the notorious case that many Keralites know about comes into the picture. A lot of people will not mind the slow-paced first half, but it is something that you should be cautious of, that this film is definitely a slow burn thriller. Misconception, Malayalam content and its ways. One of the major criticisms that I keep on saying regarding this film is that because it is mounted at a particular commercial scale, there is almost an expectancy by the audience for several mass moments. But these moments that almost celebrate characters is missing, and justifiably so, because the main character himself is a person that breaks the law incessantly and is morally corrupt. The need to fill commercial tropes like mass moments would actually send a bad message regarding this film. What I also have to say is that Kerala and its content is something that always pushes the envelope regarding its social themes. Something that if the Hindi film industry even attempts is marred with absolute vitriol and cancel campaigns online. A film like AK vs AK was almost cancelled just because Anil Kapoor was wearing an Indian Air Force uniform while dealing with the crazy circumstances of the film. Films like Kurudi, Malik present such pertinent questions about Indian society, and somehow, and beautifully so, we take these as storylines and artistic expression rather than the blatant truths that might offend our fragile thoughts. As I saw the character of Kurup, played by Dulquer, wear an Indian Air Force uniform and carrying out rather horrible practices, I just wondered whether the film would be cancelled if the same would have happened with a Hindi film star in a movie, just making it guilty by association rather than putting the story into context. What do you think is the reason for the blatant cancellation of stories that even marginally question things of society in Hindi films as compared to Malayalam content that is simply judged as a film rather than a representation of society? The good. Background score. Sushin Shyam in every shape and form is the soul of Kurup. The technical quality that actually elevates this film to another level and brings about this larger than life quality is its background score that he methodically integrates in this storyline. The romantic track, as it covers old Bombay, is beautiful to witness and listen to. I wouldn't say the same for the track in which Dulquer sings himself. It's kind of awkward. I would much prefer the boy's attempts at Senorita than his singing performance in this film. But the instrumental pieces that Sushin has composed for this film really takes the cake. As soon as the case files of Kurup are opened in the opening scene and the background music kicked in, I knew it would be an essential element of this film. There is this haunting operatic piece also that plays as the main crime is being committed, and it honestly brought chills down my spine. Sushin Shyam is the real winner of this film. Screenplay. A lot of people also have been talking about the first half of this film having a sense of lag or disconnection in its narrative, almost as if events are showcased but the connection between them seems to be missing. In defense of the film and its screenplay, I think the first half has been intentionally formulated to discombobulate the viewer, not really understanding where or why things are happening. Everything unfolds in its fast-paced second half, as everything from actions and motivations get unearthed. So I think the lag that everyone is complaining about is actually intentional so that there is clarity in the second half. Cinematography and production design. This film in many ways has the ability to make you time travel to the 80s. It has been shot so beautifully. I was mesmerized at the level of detailing done by the creators in order to recreate another era in each frame. The film has this rustic quality as well, having a sepia-like tone that effectively allows us to be transported to that different era. Nimish Ravi, as the director of photography, has done a splendid job, and his work is enhanced by the production designed by Banglan. Each street that is covered, each building in which characters assemble, is representative of the art and culture that was popular in that decade. The vintage costumes, the cars that are being driven in the streets, everything seems like looking at an old yearbook album of school and how batches decades before us dressed and interacted with one another. There is a classic quality to the visual appeal of this film, and credit has to be given to the technical team for the same. Malayalam films almost never miss in hitting it out of the park, at least when it comes to these portfolios. Performances. I cannot think of anyone that has put a foot wrong in the cast of this film. We were talking about the authenticity of language also recently with Meenakshi Sundareshwar, and imagine that this movie in the Malayalam language still transitions to communicate in other languages with subtitles depending on which country or state in which the characters are interacting with one another. We need that kind of authenticity everywhere. Dulquer has an amazing screen presence. A crowd full of Mallus were hooting and cheering the moment he appeared, but I have to say that from a character standpoint, Dulquer's role isn't as challenging. He puts forth a resolute performance, but it doesn't require an emotional spectrum to be really explored, other than just being driven. He dons the hat basically like Leo from Catch Me If You Can, being a poser driven monetarily to achieve his goals at any cost. Indrajit as the investigating officer also puts forth a great performance, a man determined to somehow find the absconding individual. It is Shine Tom Chacko, however, who shines and steals the show. Playing a reckless drunk who is Kurup's brother-in-law, the man puts forth such an unhinged and almost psychotic performance. He draws you in completely through this film. Be it Kurudi, Love, Ishq, or even Operation Java, this man just never disappoints. Kurup is a slow burn mystery thriller that does not celebrate the problematic protagonist. It isn't as exhilarating as I would have wanted, but its technical prowess and brilliant performances cannot be discounted. I had a brilliant theatre experience. Did I expect more just because I'm a Dulquer Salman fan? Yes. Kurup is definitely worth a shot though, but you should manage your expectations because the journey has its bumps and cracks. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handles are right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.